to educate children. Parents work hard to give a possibility that their children can go on and learn, gain knowledge. This was the goal for thousands of years. From history we learn that one thing in the past they could not take away from us was knowledge. We have been the people of the book. This way the Jews survived the 1,000-year living in diaspora. Now go back to the yesterday days which don't exist anymore. We are going back to the beginning of the 20th century. We lived this time in Poland, in which country the hate of the Jewish people was unbelievable. Hard to understand how the Poles hated us so much. When I grew up, always I had in front of me a picture of hers, that something will happen to me or to some members of my family. We always have been afraid that someone from our family will be injured by the Polish people. When I was young, never ever I was going alone at night. We have been going in groups, and then not at the dark street. When I was going to the cheder, at this time we did not have electricity in our city. I never went alone, always waiting in front of a house to join another boy, to go together. It still was dark outside, and we have in the hand lantern. In the group going, still we have been afraid that the Polish boy will attack us. We grew up being afraid of the Polish people. Never ever we have been going close to a church at Christmas time. This was when the Poles used to kill Jews, claiming that the Jews killed their God. This which I always remember, being afraid. I never know that I will grow up without being injured by the Polish boy. I grew up, we had the pogrom in Poland. When I grew up, we had the pogroms in Poland. As a child, I remember the name Petlura. He and his folk have been killing our people. This was after World War I. The terrible stories which the members of family told. At our home, when they ran away from the places of horror, and they live in our home, they told to our family what happened. I, as a little boy, listening to their story, I was afraid to sleep at night. In so atmosphere, with the generation of yesterday, we grow up. When I was 7 years old, my parents sent me to a public school. I started to learn Polish and German language. I stayed at public school till the age of 14, but I will never forget my day of my bar mitzvah. What a celebration. I was the first grandson in our family, who was the age of 13. Oh yes, I had two older brothers, Alec and Isaac. Alec was sick and crippled. Isaac ran away from the cheder, and his bar mitzvah time, he did not know to read the Bible. He never had a bar mitzvah. And so I was the first to attend school, cheder, and I was ready when the time came to celebrate my bar mitzvah. My father invited the people from the whole shul on this celebration. When they called me to the Torah, my father was standing beside, listening as I was reading the selection of the week, and then I was reading the Haftorah. My father was standing listening as I was chanting in a special melody. It took me months to learn. He was proud. And when I finished, he turned around and the rabbi blessed me. My father had tears in his eye. He looked at me with his head shaking, and I had known that I was prepared. And then he was happy and satisfied. The singing and dancing at the shul, and the people have a special. The people have been eating special food. On this occasion, my grandfather baked challahs. He cooked special food for all the people of the shul. We stayed at the temple about 3 hours. Then my father and the members of our family came to our house to celebrate. Then my father and the members of our family came to our grandmother's house. We went, the whole family. How proud my grandmother was. I was her first grandson. She gave me a little book wrapped in a golden paper. When I unwrapped this, This was a saving book. In it my grandmother deposited 4 times 18, 64 zlotys, 18 mean in Hebrew life, luck. This was a symbol of luck for me. We stayed in my grandfather's house till the evening came. Yes, this was a day which stayed with me. And on my son's bar mitzvah, before going to the Pasadena temple, I spent a few minutes with him, recalling the story of my youth, my bar mitzvah. My father on this special occasion ordered wine from the Holy Land, from Palestine. This was Carmel wine. It cost a lot of money. But as I said, my father was very rich, and this for him was an honor to have wine on this special occasion. These are memories, memories from my youth, which stay with me as long I will be on this Mother Earth. These are memories of my home, my family, my tradition which don't exist anymore. Poland have been destroyed by the Nazi. The Jews, no sign of Jewish life, which exists before the Nazi. The Nazis were called the masters of the best, of the better race to destroy the Jewish community in Poland. The rest time, and the most happy was the summertime, vacation time for me. No school. This was the time when I was traveling with my father by bus to my grandfather's house, to the little city of Stasio. Remember, this was Poland, a very poor country. A few years just past gaining the independence, mostly after being divided 200 years. The only way of transportation was by horse buggy or by bus. It still took hours to travel by bus, and it was very costly. Still doing paved roads, it took us about 4 hours to make the 70 kilometers to the city of Stasio. This little city of Poland have been the city where our family, Freeman, lived for hundreds of years. They live in this place with the people sometimes. They have disturbance, but when the German came in 1939, in the time of World War II, most of the people collaborate with the Nazis. The generation of today have to understand what happened to Poland not so long ago. The Nazi in November 1939 round up and liquidate the leaders in the intellectual class of the Polish people. They kill about 650,000 Poles, and the Polish people have been left without leaders, like sheep. And the Nazis know how to play on the Poles. They know the hate which exists of thousands of years to the Jewish people. The Poles also collaborate with the Nazis in the Jewish question. This for which the Polish people have been waiting to get rid of us Jews. This battle with the Jews was going on in the country before the war, but still we have voices of reason. Now they have been gone, destroyed by the Nazis, and they have an open ground to destroy the Jewish people in this conquered country. The majority collaborate with the Nazis. Yeah, we have a few whose moral fiber was strong, and they saved some Jewish life, but not too many. From experience in our family, a young Polish woman from the city of Stasio saved 9 members of the family Freeman. One from my uncle who survived, Steve is his name, he married a woman who saved the members of our family. And this moment they live in this country, happily. In the time when the story was going on of our people, the population was 22 million. And we can count that about 50,000 of them have been helping our people in the time when this happened. This is like a drop in a bucket. Still in the West, the west part of Europe, more people of the Christian faith have been helping our people to survive. We call them righteous gentle, and they have a special place in the Holocaust Museum in Jerusalem, never to be forgiven. It was easy for the Nazis to exterminate our people, knowing that the poor wouldn't help our people to escape. For 1 pound of sugar or salami, the Poles gave our Jews to the German to be killed. And then